They uncovered a shocking truth in Exodus 20 about parental sins and divine punishment. Few knew what truly happened that night. Thunder rolled across the darkened sky as clouds churned like a pot about to boil. Shadows danced among the Israelites camped at the foot of Mount Sinai. A palpable tension hung in the air, thick enough to cut with a knife. Moses stood at the mountain's peak, his heart racing. He was but a man chosen to deliver words that trembled with fear and authority. A voice echoed through the cliffs, piercing the silence. "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image." What did this mean? What could happen if they turned away from these commands? Would a storm of divine retribution come crashing down upon them? The very thought was chilling. The Israelites looked up, eyes wide, unsure of what they would face next. This wasn't just another set of rules, it was a covenant etched in stone. Their futures rested on these commands. Would their children suffer for their sins? The air crackled with fear. Did their parents understand this weight? As whispers surged through the crowd, a young boy clutched his mother's hand. She trembled, for she knew the stories of how families were punished for the misdeeds of their ancestors. Had they inherited a curse? The ground shook, and a shriek echoed from the mountain. Who would dare break the divine command? Shocking visions crossed their minds: families torn apart, lives shattered by parental sins. The power of this moment threatened to crush them under the weight of their own choices. Tension peaked. Sweat pooled on foreheads. Was freedom worth the risk of invoking wrath? Moses, a lone figure against the turmoil, descended. His face glowed with divine light and fear. He held something precious, something that could change their fate forever. With each step, doubt arose. Could they truly uphold these laws? Would fear guide their hearts or stall their actions? As he approached, the crowd's murmurs faded. Eyes turned wide open. What did he bring? Would it be hope or despair? But as he raised his hands, emotions roiled within the Israelites like a storm. What lay before them could change everything, but was it already too late? Hey, before we continue with this amazing story, I need to give you an important heads up. Many subscribers have reported that YouTube unsubscribed them without warning. Take a quick second to check the red button below to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. I'd hate for you to miss any of the exclusive content coming soon. And while you're there, smash that like button, it really helps me out with the algorithm. Oh, and tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? I love getting to know every amazing person who's part of this community. Your participation makes all the difference. Let's connect. As Moses reached the base of the mountain, the atmosphere thickened with anticipation. Clutching the two tablets, his mind swirled with the weight of their significance, the undeniable bond between his people and their Creator. The words inscribed upon them were more than mere commandments, they were an integral part of a divine design, a reflection of the nature of God Himself. Yet, could he communicate this truth to a people already drowning in trepidation? The Israelites gathered around him, their faces casting shadows under the flickering light of torches, longing for clarity yet fearing the weight of responsibility. Listen, my people. Moses' voice rang out, steeped in urgency. These words are for you. They will guide your lives and shape your destiny. Breathe them in, for they are life itself. But take heed, for there is great power in your actions. Among the crowd, a skilled artisan named Bezalel felt the tremor of uncertainty ripple through his heart. He was known for his hands that crafted beauty from stone and wood, yet he feared the hands that crafted oppression from their mistakes. What if we fail? He whispered to his neighbor, a concern shared by many. What if we create a graven image, as the strong winds rage against us? As Moses began to reveal the commandments, a thunderous clap echoed, almost as if nature itself was offering its own commentary. I am the Lord thy God, which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. He proclaimed, his voice unwavering against the backdrop of turmoil. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Each word fell upon the crowd like stones into a pond, creating ripples of understanding and fear. Families glanced nervously at one another, acknowledging the weight of their shared past and what this covenant might demand of them. A young girl, her childlike innocence shaken, raised her trembling hand. "But Moses, what if our fathers have already set paths of rebellion against him? What of their sins?" Moses, gazing deep into her eyes, saw the spirals of uncertainty clouding her youthful spirit. He hesitated, recognizing the very essence of her question, the intertwined fates of generations. "Fear not, for the Lord is merciful. Each of you shall be judged for your own actions, not for the failings of another." Yet even he felt a flicker of doubt. Would mercy persist in the face of communal iniquity? With every commandment shared, their mental resistance began to soften. Imagine the possibility of a future not weighed down by ancestral mistakes. Could the Israelites choose the path of repentance and forge a new legacy? As Moses continued, the air around them swelled with hope, yet the fear persisted, a gnawing doubt that danced at the edges of their hearts. When Moses concluded, he held the tablets high, a testament of faith and commitment to the God who walked among them. The crowd erupted, half choking on their praise, the other half whispering fears of failure. The boy's grip on his mother tightened. Would she falter? Would they wrong the covenant promised in the thunder's echo? As daylight waned, a strange stillness settled. Beneath the weight of sovereignty pressed upon them by sanctified law, questions loomed. Could their families bear the burden of freedom? With the commandments bestowed, would they choose life or foster the shadow of their ancestors? Just as the winds quieted, an unsettling thought echoed in Moses's mind. Would this command foster unity, or would it ignite division, splitting families between obedience and rebellion? He turned to the people once more, sensing the delicate balance of hope and unease, and asked the unspoken question that lingered in the charged air: are we prepared to embrace our divine call and face the shadows of our past? As the last echoes of Moses's words faded into the cool night air, a sense of uncomfortable quiet enveloped the assembly. Faces illuminated by flickering flames displayed a mural of emotions: fear, hope, confusion, and a desperate yearning for direction. Yet, beneath this complexity, a singular truth pulsed slowly through the crowd: the weight of their collective sin was heavy, and the path to redemption appeared both daunting and elusive. Bezalel felt the tension spiral tighter within him. The beauty he envisioned for his people clashed with the shadows of the choices that had led them into the wilderness. His hands, skilled in the art of creation, trembled with uncertainty. What does it mean to forge a new future when the remnants of our ancestors' ways cling to our feet like sand? He pondered silently, eyes turned toward the flickering flames reflecting in the eyes of his fellow Israelites. The murmurs of doubt and questioning began to bubble back to the surface, an undertow carrying forth thought seemingly too profound to contain. "How can we turn from the ways of our forefathers?" whispered another voice, just behind him. The young girl who had questioned Moses now clutched her mother.